Where does a gambler write down important information? In a casino book. Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday, my friends. I hope you are doing well tonight. I am very discombobulated. I don't even have my headphones on. That's better. Oh, welcome in, my friends. Thank you for being here with me. I hope your weekend is getting off to a great start. We've got Dead Zergling first in chat, followed by Pokemons with a wheel redemption. We'll get to that in just a moment. No better way to celebrate getting 100k channel points than to spend them. Hey, I appreciate you being around so much, Pokemons. Thanks for building those up. Let me go ahead and, while I'm continuing to, get caught up here. The A and B buttons in this game are reversed. Just, you know, as if everything else about it weren't bad enough, they also had to go and mix up the A and B buttons. Sounds good to me. I spent 21k on the wheel last night, Zergling says. Surprised others let me do it first. Usually others take to requesting the wheel. Loose and Jelly, welcome in, and Mile Hyrule, welcome in. It hit the corner. You know what? I was, when we played the first Austin Powers game, we put up one of the screensavers, and I didn't say anything about it, but I just sat here and stared at it for a while, because I was actually watching it and waiting for it to hit the corner, and I don't think it did. I think that's why I didn't mention what I was doing. I just sat here for a couple minutes watching it in silence and just let it be a mystery. That joke wasn't terrible or good, just yeah. I'll take it. That's an improvement to how they usually are, right? It's on a loop. What does an evil doctor eat for breakfast? Eggos. He eats Eggos for breakfast like any other person would. I've not had. I would eat Eggo waffles sometimes as a kid, or you know, generic brand Eggo waffles. But I haven't had one of those in a very long time. It's a big deal when it hits the corner. It certainly is. It certainly is. Alright, so I've got to spin the wheel. I'm going to try and keep the game from crashing by pressing the button every now and then. But we'll see how well I do at that. Candy buttons, alright. If there's something on the wheel that's more underwhelming than the Sour Patch Kids, it might just be the candy buttons. We are halfway done with this strip, my friends. We are all the way up here on the candy buttons now. Amazing. So these are cinnamon candy buttons. They're kind of like Red Hot's candy, I guess. They claim to be extremely hot, and they have a warning printed on them. Extremely hot. Contains capsaicin, the compound found in chili peppers. They have a more extensive warning on the back that tells you not to give them to children or the elderly. Not to eat them if you have, like, various health conditions. So I think they're supposed to become increasingly hot as we work our way up, and I mean, they're about as spicy as cinnamon candy ever gets, I guess. We have a whole row, that's 3 of them at a time. I know you can't see very well, but sorry. So, a 1, a 2, a 3. You know what? You know what? Those do have a little bit of a kick to them. That sharp chemical heat. It's pretty fleeting, though. Wait until the last row. I'm excited for it. Like, these have gotten a little hotter as we've made our way up the strip. But we're not in peril yet. I'm waiting to be in peril. Isaac doesn't even have his skin on. Belgium waffles seal in all the good or bad stuff. Is always the paper the candy buttons are on? You're saying there's always the paper the candy buttons on? I could eat the paper instead of the candy buttons? That may be even less exciting, might also be more exciting. Alright, so if you haven't been here for this terrible adventure, this is Austin Powers. Welcome to my underground lair. This is a game found within that game. It is called Knievel. It is a reskin of an Evel Knievel game for the Game Boy Color, and it is the worst thing that has happened to me in a very long time. A true contender for top spot. I've played this for 14 hours, and I am on stage 6, so that's how quickly progress happens. That's a little misleading, because stage 3, I was stuck on stage 3 by itself for 8 hours, and I have no idea. I have no idea what kept me playing stage 3 for 8 hours. I should have given up on the game. There is no way to explain how I endured that, and I'm continuing to play this. No, one of these millennia, Frownie will accidentally figure out how to go upside down. Yeah, that's the thing. My biggest obstacle with this. That's why I was stuck on stage 3 for so long. It had a loop like this. I cannot figure out the secret to the loops. But once I get that, I'll be unstoppable. That's the major thing that's holding me back. is I don't know how to work these loops. Oh, just a moment, my friends. Yeah, there's no air control to speak of Pokemons. You have a little bit of influence, but you don't really have control. Control wouldn't be the right word. But using the left and right shifts your balance, and so it very, very mildly affects your in-air situation. Officially worse than Jump King? I mean, you have no mid-air control in Jump King. Jump King is purely fixed jumps. You only have control before you leave the ground. I don't know if this is worse than Jump King. That's hard to say. Jump King is pretty bad. You should consult Toucan Sam. He is an expert on Fruit Loops. Are the skills transferable between the two types? Breakfast cereal was another thing. We always had the generic versions of that. So, Fruit Loops, I'd be more familiar with, like, I don't know, Fruity O's or something. I don't remember what they were called. We always got the generic candies that came in that gigantic, like, dog food-sized bag. It was like 50 pounds of breakfast cereal. Did I say candy? I meant cereal. I feel like I might have said candy. Cheaper, but basically the same thing. Well, I don't know. If you blindfolded me, I could blindfold taste test, like tell you which were which. I think with most of them. Not that I think that they are necessarily worse, but I think they are a little different. I'm perfectly happy to go with store brands for a lot of things. I'm usually not a huge fan of store brand colas. I don't tend to drink a ton of cola anyway, so when I do, I go for a name brand because I'm usually not very satisfied with the store brands. And Cheez-It crackers. I've never found a generic brand of Cheez-It crackers that are even edible. I don't, nothing comes close to the original Cheez-It, and they're really just, the generic ones really just aren't even good at all. most everything that you're gonna find in my fridge or pantry is going to be store brand stuff. All of our, you know, all of our oils and soy sauce and rice and just anything that can be store brand typically is. I was a Fruity Pebbles kid. Yeah, I didn't get that one. We got a lot of Cheerios. I would eat Cheerios and I would pour sugar over top of them. And it would do nothing. It would do nothing to improve the Cheerios, because all the sugar would just fall to the bottom. So I would just eat the Cheerios, and then I would have a sugar sludge in the bottom of my milk that I would drink. Very healthy. Very, an ideal breakfast, really. We would have Cheerios and Fruit Loops. I had a lot of Life Preserver shaped cereals. I think sometimes we would get like a Cocoa Puffs kind of thing. And, oh, we definitely had, like, it was an imitation of Trix, but the cereal wasn't shaped. It was all just little spheres. Everything was round, but it was the same colors and flavors as Trix, I think. I think that's about it. On very rare occasions, we would have Captain Crunch. Or like, and Captain Crunch would be the name brand. Because my dad liked that one. But just the regular Captain Crunch. I don't think he even liked the Crunch Berries. And we would have a Lucky Charms imitation sometimes as well. Something with those, like, little marshmallows in it. The thing is, those little marshmallows in breakfast cereal, they're so dry. And when I bite into them, they, like, make my teeth squeak. It's almost like a nails on chalkboard kind of feeling. I don't know why they're appealing. Pokemon says, my friend was like, did you ever try sugar milk? And I said no, and he had me try some. Then he proceeded to get a sugar high, and then he sprayed the bathroom sink with bug spray and lit it on fire, which singed his eyebrows. Then his sister came home and yelled at him for drinking all the milk. What a fever dream. That kid was crazy. Agent Frownie does not endorse playing with fire. Supposedly, when I was a toddler, I got a hold of one of my parents' cigarette lighters and actually managed to operate it and start a small fire in their apartment. I have no memory of this, of course, but it's what I've heard. I don't think there was any substantial damage. I think it was mostly just terror that arose out of the situation. Why? Why does he stick into the wall and die? He should bang against the wall, take a little damage, and continue to fall. Like right here. Right there, I don't stick into the wall and die. I take a little damage. Look at my health bar. I was missing a little health. I take a little damage and then proceed to fall due to gravity. It's so inconsistent. The stuff that happens in one place doesn't happen in another. January is the worst time of the year. January is the worst month. Why did I ever start doing this? This game makes its own rules. I say, why did I start doing this? I mean, it's not like I've been streaming forever. I think we're coming up on 3 years. I think it'll be 3 years next month for this stream. So we've had 3 Januaries. They've all been Januaries. There's never been a January on the stream. I touched a melting plastic bag with my finger. It got stuck to my finger, burned the fingertip clean off. It came back, the Pokemon says. That sounds quite painful. Burning plastic, so... I don't think I'm a pyromaniac. I'm not like... I don't think I like to burn stuff just to watch it burn necessarily, but I mean, I like a good campfire. Or a good bonfire. But there's something fascinating about when you have, like, a piece of burning plastic, and it's burning, like, from one end, and then the melted plastic, the way that it drips off, like, on fire, is kind of mesmerizing to watch. There's something about, like, the way plastic can burn that is really cool. Hey, fresh and gluten-free, welcome in. These sick bike moves. Welcome to our real nightmare, fresh and gluten-free. This game is the worst. Or I'm the worst at it, or a combination of the two. I do my best to avoid committing crimes whenever I can help it, Pokemons. They have a puzzle game. The whole purpose is to burn stuff. It's called Little Inferno. My big problem with this game, I said it just a few moments ago. My big problem with this game is that I don't know how to successfully do loops. That looked like I was gonna have it. I only managed the loop a very small percentage of the time. The levels without loops, I've been able to handle, I think, pretty well. I mean, not that they've been easy or I've done them quickly, but if a level doesn't have a loop, it seems to take me about an hour and a half to clear. Which is a tolerable rate of progress. The only other level that's had a loop so far, though, took me 8 hours. I think I've been on this level for 2 hours, not including tonight's time. And tonight's only been about a half an hour, so. Yeah, I'm on level 6 of this game. And on level 3, I was stuck on level 3 for 8 hours, and I don't know why I didn't just quit. I don't know why I didn't just quit. I really wish I had. I played it for 2 hours. It was 8 hours across 3 nights. I played it for 2 hours the first night, and I was like, well, I guess I'll give it one more try tomorrow. And then I did a 5-hour stream that was only level 3. But I got really close to beating it, and so I was like, I should have given up. But then I was like, well, we'll do it a little bit tomorrow night, and if I don't beat it, we might just quit, is what I was thinking. But then on the next night, I beat it after just an hour, so... So then I had to keep going, and now I'm here. Commitment. What's the negative word that means commitment? Commitment sounds too positive to describe my actions. Masochism I have been accused of. I can't exactly present evidence against the charge. robbed. We had that. The game knows we had that. It cheated me. Sheer refusing failure. Oh. I'm not getting enough speed to make it up. No! Come on. Oh, we're on life 0. Oh. The worst thing is, we're on, I don't know how many levels there are, and I really don't want to be told. I'd like to just find out by doing. But, based on the other game that we played, I do have a strong reason to suspect there are about 25. And I'm only on 6. I'm only on 6 of 25. The first 5 took 12 hours. I could be... Oh my goodness. I mean, I could be looking at a 60-hour playthrough. This poor man's head. Yeah, when I started this playthrough, these guys had hair. I calculate Dr. Evil has 3 to 4 brain cells left. Welcome to Concussion Casino. Instead of using cash, if you lose the slot machines, you just go bonk your head on the... You just go bonk your head on the wall if you don't win. I just can't get a feel for how to consistently do this loop. If I could just figure this out. Hey, thank you for the pistachios. Very much appreciate that. Let's go ahead and burn through these 2 lives and then we'll enjoy some. Oh, we made it to the checkpoint. That killed me. I hate this game. Well, I only have one life. And we lost the checkpoint. Things are bad. Alright, so pistachios. My sister gifted me this very handsome box from nuts.com. And it's got several flavors of pistachios in it. We've only tried one of them so far. So maybe we'll try another one. Fresh and gluten-free. Should I try yellow, orange, or blue box? Blue, alright, let's go. So, we're gonna try the other blue box. There are two blue boxes. We've already had one of them. The first blue box was, toffee chocolate pistachios, which are really good. They're shelled. They've got like a crunchy toffee shell with chocolate over that. They're really good, but you really lose the pistachio in them. So the other blue box, though, is Turkish pistachios. Alright, so I think these are just plain. But apparently they're from Turkey. Because it says for ingredients, pistachios and salt. But that's alright, I like a plain pistachio. It's Kraft macaroni and cheese. No, Jelly, no. Yeah, they're not all wild flavors. They're mostly just different varieties. They're all pistachios, I think. You can probably get other nuts from nuts.com, but pistachios are my favorite, so of course that's what she's gonna go with. And we'll be generous. I'm gonna try 5 of them. They are in their shells. And they're not necessarily the easiest to crack. These are good. They taste like, they're a little like pecans. These pistachios. They're not quite as oily as pecans are. This one fell apart. I'm worried I'm gonna get a piece of shell. Something about them reminds me of pecans, though. Uh-oh, this last shell isn't really cracked. Oh, but we got it. Yeah, these are really good. These Turkish pistachios. Particularly when you get one of them that's got a little bit of the salt on it. Those are That's when they really come to life, and boy, those are fine. I like those. I think I like those better than the chocolate ones. But I don't really like sweets all that much. I like savory stuff more. No, the game died. I forgot to hit a button. Interesting. Good to know. So thank you for those fresh and gluten-free. Appreciate the permission to have a little treat. If there's a bottle of ketchup at the table, does it make you nervous? I prefer to sit at tables that do not have ketchup Pokemons. I mean, I can eat at a table that has a bottle of ketchup on it, but I don't want to be near it. Yep, the game well, the game dying doesn't really save us. It's easy to reload. Which is what I'm unfortunately going to do. I hate ketchup, fresh and gluten-free says. I love to hear it. I have a dread terror of ketchup. I can't stand it. My telephone number is 666, my favorite number. I noticed that before. The Dr. Evil's password is Dr. Evil. I can't skip this. There we go. Mayo is probably the biggest culprit. A single bottle of mayo is easily 3,000 to 4,000 calories. It's filled with oils and fats. Yeah, I won't eat mayo either. The condiments I will eat include steak sauce, barbecue sauce, and hot sauce. But ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, relish, Miracle Whip, can't go near any of those. I don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason. Like, I don't know why barbecue sauce is acceptable and ketchup isn't. They're virtually identical, but you know, some of them. There's a wide variety there, but at best, most condiments disgust me, and some of them actively fill me with anxiety. Most condiments aren't very healthy, to be fair, Pokemon says. I'm a soy sauce guy. I enjoy soy sauce. I don't really put soy sauce on a lot of things, but I use a lot of soy sauce in my cooking. I cook a lot of stir fries and sort of Asian-inspired dishes. I lived in Thailand for a while, and I lived in Korea for even longer. But so I have a really strong affection for those foods, particularly Thai food. I mean, I would never say no to a bowl of bulgogi, but Thai foods, I think, are my favorite foods. Would you move a bottle of ketchup to another table if you saw it on yours? I would ask Jelly to move it if it was too close to me. Or just touching the bottle of ketchup just too much. I could touch a bottle of ketchup to move it. I could do that if the bottle looks clean. Like there's no ketchup dripping or crusting on the outside. Then I could touch it long enough to move the bottle. But if Jelly's with me, then it's better to just have her do it. Hey Derek, welcome in. Remove this crusty ketchup bottle from my sight, please and thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know where this phobia of ketchup comes from. It doesn't make any sense. But I've had it since I was a kid. When I was really young, here's the wild thing. When I was really, really young, I would actually eat ketchup. There was a time when I would eat ketchup. I remember I had to be like probably 4 years old. I remember sitting on the couch with my mom in our living room and eating a bag of Ruffles potato chips, and we were dipping them in ketchup as we ate them. I know I've eaten ketchup. I used to enjoy it, but at some point something changed, and I can't deal with it at all. I don't have a singular traumatic ketchup memory or like a trigger point. Like if something happened, I've suppressed the memory, but the fear lingers. More of this game, I see, Derek says. Unfortunately, yeah. We're not gonna play this. We're not gonna play this for a huge amount of time. I'm only gonna try this for probably 1 more hour. I wanna give most of tonight to Splatterhouse 2. We're gonna try to beat Splatterhouse 2. I'm gonna try to beat it on the hardest difficulty. I think what I'm gonna do, there are 3 difficulty levels. There's normal, hard, and extra hard. And we've beaten it on the easier. There's no easy. You can't turn the difficulty down. You can only turn it up. But we've beaten it on normal and hard. So I want to try extra hard. But I think what I'm going to do is try to beat it on every difficulty. I think we're going to do a normal run just as a refresher, and then we'll do hard, and then extra hard. If I have time to get through it 3 times, I think I can. I don't know. I don't know the game super well, and I'm not super great at it. But that's the whole point of playing it so much, is I wanna learn it and become very good at it. Well, I want to do a Splatterhouse 2 challenge run eventually. Be gone, tomato icing. Yeah, that's basically what ketchup is, right? Ketchup's just sugar, vinegar, and tomato paste. Maybe a little salt. I think that's pretty much it. I have wondered if I were to make my own ketchup from scratch, if I would have the courage to try to eat some. I I don't know if I could do it. It's hard to tell. On the one hand, I kind of think I could. On the other hand, I do start to feel anxiety thinking about doing it. It's not ideal, right? It's not ideal to, like, just continue to have this phobia without, like, facing it. But on the other hand, it's not really inconveniencing me all that much, so. I could just imagine you getting like 5 napkins and finger and thumbing the bottle off the table. I mean, that might not be too inaccurate. Potato chips covered in ketchup, Zergling says. Sounds like they'd go great with your sugar milk Cheerios. Yeah. Ate a lot of healthy foods as a kid. Always washed down with a large glass of Kool-Aid. Please. We got here with a lot of extra lives. Don't let them all go to waste. Let's make some progress, please. The Ketchup House. Do you ever dream about these janky games? Not really. I mean, I've had a dream or two about streaming in general, but whatever game I was playing wasn't a significant part. It wasn't really a significant enough part of the game of the dream to stick in my brain. I dreamed I was streaming Bloodborne one time, and I've never even played that game. I've never played it off-stream, much less on-stream, but I dreamed I was streaming that one. I remember that. What if there's another universe where another you loves ketchup and hates jank? I would not trade my ketchup phobia for a jank phobia. I have a strange fear of barbecues, as I kept the propane in the garage and engulfed my face in flames, Fresh and Gluten-Free says. Oh my. That sounds terrifying. I've used a propane grill before, but I tend to prefer to use charcoal myself. Propane grills can be a little bit tricky, I think. I guess charcoal grills can be a little bit tricky too, but I don't know. I always have a fear of the food coming away tasting like gas. I've had food grilled on a propane grill that was, I don't know. come away with a very strange taste to it. I think a taste of the gas. I've had great food off of propane grills as well, but I'm wary of them personally. I met someone who cannot listen to, read, or talk about numbers. Probably the hardest person I've ever tried to get along with. I'm a nerd, and I number everything. Huh. Congo, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight, my friend. I do appreciate Congo that you've been with us quite a bit lately. Seems like we missed you for a good while, but we've been very lucky here recently to have you drop by much more often. Spiders always got me, Pokemon says. Maybe even bugs in general to some extent. Didn't stop me from going Rambo if they dared to enter my premises. Yeah, I mean, I don't really like to go out of my way to necessarily kill spiders and bugs, but if they get into my home or my living quarters, well, they have to pay the price. I don't go wandering into a bear's cave and not expect to be eaten. My mojo is at an all-time low, Conga says. Oh no. That's not what we want to hear. It was just a mild flame explosion. It was winter. There were gas tanks above me. I was a teenager, fresh and gluten-free says. I hope you made it out of the situation okay. So it was mild, so. Triple whammy. There was a time when I had a good sleep schedule. Well, I'm as much as it would pain me. I don't wish you bad sleep. So I am sorry to hear that. Just crisped my hair. I don't think I've ever had a significant flame-related injury. I mean, you know, I've naturally, I've burned myself here and there, like, in very minor ways, but, like, I've never had anything bad enough to cause lasting damage, and I don't think I've ever lost a significant piece of hair. I haven't ever singed my hair or burned my eyebrows off or anything like that. Something I can think of. The worst burns I've ever had weren't even weren't even fire burns, but were sunburns. Which, I mean, I know that technically the sun is, like, made of fire, but I haven't, you know, traveled into space to touch the sun, so I don't think it's the same category. My dad started a grease fire in the backyard once. There was a ball of flame about 20 feet high. Thank goodness it was outside at least. Still dangerous and scary, but You were a lifeguard, so you know all about how terrible sunburns are. Yeah, they could be really miserable. What is sleep? I missed that before. I've been maintaining a sleep schedule lately, which is surprising, Pokemon says. I've had so my sleep schedule has been different than usual. My previous sleep schedule had been to go to sleep immediately after the stream, so at about 6 a.m. I'd go to bed, and then I could get up at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and like that's when my day would begin, and I could do whatever I had to do for the day, and then end the day with the stream at night. But lately that has swapped, where I'm now waking up immediately before the stream, which is why it's starting a little later, as I'm having trouble getting out of bed. So I'm waking up, doing the stream, and then after the stream, immediately going out and doing all of the adventuring and stuff that Jelly and I have been up to. And then I don't get to sleep until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. Alright, I was about to say, speaking of which, I have to go somewhere tomorrow. But that's not tomorrow, it's Sunday. What is sleep? I think it's some kind of soup. My family shouldn't be around flammables, Conga says. I shared earlier that apparently I've been told that when I was a toddler, I got a hold of one of my parents' cigarette lighters and somehow managed to strike it sufficiently enough to actually start a small fire in their apartment. I don't think there was any, as I understand, there wasn't any significant damage, but a terrifying incident nonetheless. Hey, Pookie Stan, welcome in, Pookie. Great to have you with us. I hope your weekend is starting off well. Unfortunately, I'm not actually making progress. I was stuck on this level last night, and I'm still stuck here. I'd really love to beat this level tonight. I don't know if it'll happen. I'm not gonna give this game a huge amount of time. I said just a little while ago, probably just another hour or so. Unless I figure out how to make this loop. It'd be hard to quit if I figured out the secret to loops, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I can make the loop sometimes, as you just saw, but I can't do it consistently. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just getting lucky sometimes. No! Look at that! Why am I dead? My health bar wasn't even all the way depleted. I wasn't upside down. This game is the worst thing ever. Alright, let me catch up. I might have missed a comment or two here and there. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody coming into the chat. If I did miss somebody or something you said. Apologies. This game is a sunburn, Derek says. This level's pretty interesting visually. It's very busy, this level. There's a lot going on. much busier than the previous world. It's nice you have the freedom to swap your schedule. I can't deny that. Dr. Evil, why are you driving a bike? You lose track of time in casinos, Konga says. So my buddy was streaming Austin Powers games, and he said, when are they making a new movie? And I said, in 10 years. Probably be a Netflix original. As a kid, one of my uncles built a homemade submarine that he was planning to take to the bottom of a local levee. My family. Well, the story cuts off. That is not a vessel I would want to take a ride in. I don't want to go in an official submarine. I don't want to go in any submarine. I think that would I think that would be an unbearable experience, but I definitely don't want to go in a homemade submarine. I don't trust submarines or helicopters, Fresh and Gluten-Free says. I would be nervous. I would be nervous in a helicopter, but I might be able to ride a helicopter. I would definitely be nervous. A submarine I couldn't do though. I don't think. I mean, I might could go in a submarine, but my anxiety would be through the roof the entire time. I wouldn't just be nervous. I would be. It would be tough. I have trouble with it. I have trouble with enclosed spaces sometimes. Not all enclosed spaces. Like I'm usually fine in small rooms and elevators and stuff like that. Like those don't really concern me, but small underground caves and stuff can get pretty worrisome. I think it might be. I think the water aspect is a big part of it. All right, let me see. I threw a tennis ball through the front window of my house when I was a kid, Pokemon says. I was bummed because we had to cover the window up with my favorite Luke Skywalker poster. Rough. I ran away too. Went to be the park-dwelling child and lived there henceforth. I don't think I ever tried to run away from home as a kid. I'm more going with how many people have died in helicopter crashes. Oh, I'm unfamiliar with those stats. Spooky says, I'm just being a tourist today. Downloaded Ancient Dungeon VR. Can I go play that? Basically, pixel-style, first-person dungeon crawler. That sounds interesting. That's what you said, so it should be interesting. See that sort of graphical style in VR, similar to Minecraft? Konga says he was gonna fill the bottom of the submarine with rocks and knock the rocks off after he was at the bottom. He now flies a glider that he built. Well, there is something very admirable about having such a high level of faith in your abilities to construct vehicles. Is your I'm picturing your uncle as a man who attaches a whole bunch of helium balloons to a lawn chair to go for a flight. I never want to go on an airplane. They scare me, Derek says. Don't give him ideas, Konga says. I'm usually pretty nervous flying. I've done it a shocking amount of times for someone who is such a homebody. I've flown. I've flown across the state. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times. And internationally 7 times, I think. One of them I don't remember. I was a toddler. Pokemon says, I figured I had signed my death warrant by breaking the window. It was about self-preservation after that. I would have been pretty scared to face my folks if I had broken one of our windows as a kid. The homemade submarine sounds horrifying and audio spooky, says. Good night, Poogie. I hope that game turns out to be a lot of fun. Thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate that. He wouldn't need balloons. He's claimed he can levitate. Now that I'd like to see. I might would be willing to serve as co-pilot on a submarine voyage if I was promised a levitation show. A levitation demonstration. Why on earth are you still playing this awful game? Hello, Quillshot. Hope you're having a good weekend. I wish I knew, Quillshot. I don't know what is wrong with me. The thing is, I beat a couple levels, and it gave me false hope, and that's the best I could offer for explanation. I beat a couple, I beat a couple levels at just the right time, like right as I was gonna give up. I'm all like, well, I can't quit now. I can't quit while I'm making progress. It's basically the worst thing that could happen to me. Alright, let me see. There's a news lady that got in a helicopter crash and lived, Pokemon says. She got in another helicopter crash right after that one, didn't make it. Should have stayed away from helicopters. Yeah, I don't know. If I were in any kind of vehicle that crashed like that, I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to press my luck. Fresh and Gluten-Free says, my first flying was propeller plane. It was the anniversary of the flight attendant's husband's death, so she was miserable. Not my favorite first flight experience. Not off to a good start with that one. First flight I ever took, I was too young to remember. First flight I remember taking, I think I was in middle school. I flew by myself. I was, I mean, I wasn't flying the plane. It was a commercial plane. But I didn't have an adult with me. I'd gone to stay with an aunt and uncle for a couple weeks in the summer, and then they sent me home by plane. But it went, I mean, it didn't induce a lifelong fear of flying in me, so I guess it went alright. I vaguely remember some of it, but not really any specifics. I thought I had worked out how to get off of that platform, but I haven't been able to do it at all yet tonight. I know I was doing it last night successfully, so but what was working last night hasn't worked yet tonight, so I've been trying other stuff, and none of my new ideas are any better than the idea that used to work. Followed by a rapid decompression session. Oh yeah, once the rocks are jettisoned. Oh, wait a moment. Oh, wait a moment. So the submarine that your uncle built wasn't even watertight? Because it was supposed to sink by being full of rocks, but then he was gonna remove the rocks while underwater? How was that gonna work? How likely do you think you're missing a core game mechanic? I don't think I'm missing a core game mechanic, Pokemons. I could be. I don't think I am. I think that my big problem is I just don't understand loops. And I think, like, I think the matter, I think being able to do loops is a matter of feel. That you have to have a feel for the timing of when to release the gas, so that you come away in the correct way that will help you flip. And I just don't have a feel for it. I can't tell where you're supposed to release the accelerator. I actually locked myself in the bathroom on my first flight. I hope they were able to get you out of there before you hit any awful turbulence or anything. I'm picturing a small bearded child flying the plane alone. Derek says, I was gonna say, did you save the flight, Frownie? When the pilot had a heart attack? You busted down the door and saved the day? Now that would be quite the story. I don't have that one to tell, though. The rocks would have been on an outside tray. If you if you think he thought this through, you're wrong. Alright, so it's a little better than what I was envisioning, but still... There's still... I still have many concerns. Hey Tommy, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. What are the chances this game will cause you any form of long-lasting trauma? Very high, Tommy. If I don't abandon playing this game, I may be damaged for life by the end of this. With a little luck, things should be getting back to being fairly normal on the stream next week, so we should be able to not only make progress with Jankuary next week, whatever that might look like, but also I think I may even be able to put a couple decent games on the schedule again. I need to make sure Hades goes back on the schedule, and we're overdue for a Jump King session, but there should still be time to put something good on the stream. Hades is pretty good. It's just been annoying me. Hades has been really good, but I'm ready for it to be over now. Is where I am with that game. It was a lot of fun until it began to overstay its welcome. Rock submarine. I could just imagine people pounding on the bathroom door wanting to go, Pokemon says. Yeah, I don't know if Conga being locked in the bathroom was worse for Conga or worse for everyone else on the flight. You had to turn the light out in the bathroom before the door would unlatch. I was 7 and couldn't figure that out. Huh, that's, is that common in airplane bathrooms? That's a weird obstacle to put people through. Airplane bathrooms are terrible. The damage has already been done. Good games on the schedule? No, Pokemon's cries. We'll see. We'll see about those good games. Yes. No, I made the loop on life 1, but then I couldn't get up the hill. Why couldn't I get up the hill? No reason. Just my bad luck. And the fact that he's almost 70 and still alive is a testament to good luck, Conga says. He sounds like quite the character. He sounds like someone you'd read about in like a Roald Dahl book. Speaking of roguelikes, I'm thinking of giving Slay the Spire a go, Pokemon says. I don't really know anything about that game. I've heard the title, and that's pretty much it. I guess I know it's a roguelike. I don't think I knew that before. I don't know if I'll remember that fact. Momentum is fun. It's especially fun when it's wildly inconsistent. No, well, it's alright, we hit the checkpoint. I mean, I'm still upset, but... Oh, whoa! The luck! The bad luck! The continued bad luck. That bounce there where you do the spin, like, really high up in the air, that's old hat. Like, that happens all the time. Hey Tip, welcome in. Thank you for joining us tonight. Did you ever beat the level where he does a flip? I did. Now I'm on another level where you have to do a flip. The level that I think you're talking about, that level took me 8 hours to beat. I didn't abandon this game. I was stuck on level 3 for 8 hours, and somehow I was dumb enough to not quit playing this game. Then I had the bad luck to go and beat that level, and now I can't stop playing because it's like, well, I haven't been stuck for 8 hours on this one, so it's not that bad. I need a serious adjustment to the way my mind works. It's not good for me. Darkest Dungeon is on my list too, but that game frightens me. Another one, like, I know the title, but don't really know the game. Maybe Jigsaw built that bathroom. Ocean, Derek Ocean says. I was actually kind of thinking about how to make a Jigsaw joke. That's a good way of putting it, Konga says. I'm sure someone in my family has owned a chocolate factory. Slay the Spire is a roguelike mixed with a card game. Yes. No. Why do you die so easily? If only I knew. Happy Friday, thank you. Happy Friday to you as well. This game is like a bad trip. The worst part is this game gives you absolutely no bragging rights because no one's ever played it. Hey, we have a raid coming in. Welcome in, Mr. Versetti. Is that the character from Vice City? Pleasure to have you with us. Thank you very much for the raid. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Ferrum sent me. Hey, that's a name I know. Ferrum Tusk. Hey, and there is Ferrum Tusk. Welcome in. Great to see you, Ferrum. I think I usually shorten your name to Tusk. Feel a little weird shortening it to Ferrum. Welcome in, Tusk. Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. I feel like you're playing Soul Blazer. I don't know Soul Blazer. I feel like I've heard the title before, but I don't know the game. Hopefully it treated you well. I'm gonna click through and check out your page real quick. Give you a follow, Mr. Versetti. Hopefully, if our schedules don't conflict too often, I might be able to catch you live at some point. Variety streamer with a love for video games and video game music. Right on. Ooh, Soul Blazer. I like the cover of that. Street Fighter 2010. Contra Hardcore. Very nice. And recently played here. Contra Hardcore. So I really like the. I'm a fan of the 8-bit Contra games. The 16-bit ones I don't like as much, but I like Contra Hardcore a lot more than I like Contra 3. So hopefully that's treating you well too. I don't know if you're doing a first playthrough or if you are a seasoned expert at that game. I've only played through Hardcore once. I've beaten it with every character, and I think I've gotten every ending. So, you know, I've played through it a few times, but I've only done each thing to do in the game one time. So, kind of one playthrough, even though it's a lot of playthroughs. Street Fighter 2010 I haven't played, but I'd like to at some point. Alright, let me read the chat again. And let's see. Yes, sir. Having a great night. Got 45 out of 81 Chivos in one sitting. Oh, you're achievement hunting. Very nice. I like to, I enjoy watching retro achievement streams. I don't do them myself because I play on original hardware, and retro achievements is something that makes me kind of wish I didn't. Because it's a lot of fun to watch. I know it'd be a lot of fun to do, but they're kind of off the table for me. I will enjoy from afar. Got stuck on one boss for a couple hours, but other than that, killed it. Very nice. GG. Love hardcore a bunch. Yeah, I like the vibe of Contra Hardcore. It's kind of wacky. It's boss fight. It's so heavy with the boss fights. Boss after boss after boss. The funny thing, the thing that I mean, it might be more common than I know, but something funny to me about my playthrough of hardcore. The first ending that I ever achieved in that game was actually the secret ending. I found the time travel secret before I was able to beat any of the other paths in the game. I had a hard time with it. It was tough learning to beat that game. I'd like to go back to it someday and get better at it, but I don't know. My enthusiasm for the Contra series is kind of mixed because I'm a latecomer to Contra. I only played the original NES game for the first time a couple years ago, but I immediately fell in love with it. And I played it over and over until I could do it deathless. And I played Super C, and I like Super C even more. And I played that one until I could do it deathless. And I was like, we're going to play all the Contra games. We're going to do them all deathless. I was super excited. But then I got to Contra 3, and I was like, I don't like this one as much. I got the hardcore, and I was like, I like this one a little better, but I don't like it as much as the NES games. And then I got to, what's the one? The Contra Adventure on the PlayStation. I'm like, well, I don't think the every game deathless thing is gonna happen. But I do want to play through. I do want to play through the whole series. Contra Hardcore is one that I like that one enough that I might do that one deathless. Original hardware is awesome. Have all the old systems, and would love to play on OG hardware. Yeah, I just like I'm not really against emulation or anything. I'm not very PC savvy, so I've never really found an emulation setup that has like felt very good to me. I'm really attached to like the feel and the timing of like I like the old controller, I like the old box TV. Like they feel correct to me, and emulation it always feels a little bit off for like the high action, like kind of athletic games that I like to play. Like if I were playing RPGs or something like that, it wouldn't really matter. But with the platformers and action games, I really want them to feel the way I expect them to feel. But I'm just kind of lucky. I got into retro collecting really early on when it was all dirt cheap, and so if I'm gonna have all of this stuff, I really ought to use it, right? So yeah, we're usually on the real hardware around here. Falling way behind. Rossetti, Frownie plays games completely blind. He will ignore a game's hints if he can. I have been known to do that. Yeah, I have a very strict blind policy. Probably stricter than anyone else I know of on Twitch. I really don't want to know anything about a game as I'm going into it or working through it. I don't ever want to do any research. I very much try to avoid reading the manuals. I don't even want to read the back of the box. I just want to figure everything out firsthand. And if I beat a game without figuring something out, I'm very proud of myself. Like we just did a playthrough of Spawn on the Super Nintendo. I beat the whole game and never discovered that you have magic in that game. I never did any of the magic moves, not even once. Someone had to tell me about them after I beat the game. If I make it to the credits, then I'll usually let people tell me about things I missed. And yeah, I missed 70% of my character's moves because I went through the whole game with just the basic punches and kicks because I didn't know there was magic. I accidentally did a challenge run for my first playthrough. It was brutal. Apparently if you know the magic, the game is way easier. I wouldn't know. I'm trying not to spoil anything. Oh, I didn't notice any spoilers. I don't think there was anything. I didn't see anything upsetting. There's Super C, and then there's the other far inferior Contra games, Pokemon says. Contra 1 is a close second to Super C. But I love Super C more. I love Super C, Mr. Rossetti says, nice. You probably already know about it, but if you like Super C, there's an indie game called Super Cyborg that is basically a love letter to Super C. It's basically the same game, but you know, with completely new levels, and the bosses are a lot better and a lot harder in Super Cyborg. Because that's one of the things about the NES Contra games, is the bosses are pretty weak. Most of them are very easy to cheese, or just not really much of a struggle at all. Really like Hardcore Uprising. That's the Xbox 360 game, I think, or around that era. I didn't make it there though. Me too. I own most of what I play on stream. Nice. That blind playthrough policy leads to some of the hilarious moments. Oh yeah, like the Spawn. We've done a few other things like that too, but the Spawn playthrough I think is the Spawn playthrough is the most, like, is the thing where I missed, like, the most significant thing so far. Splatterhouse might be close to that. I played through Splatterhouse 1 and 2 and never discovered the slide move. Which is like, that's like a quarter of your moves, right? Because all you have is you've got a punch, maybe 20%. You've got a punch, a crouch punch, a jump punch, and a standard jump. So the slide would be like a fifth of your moves, and I never found that. This man killed Ornstein and Smo using a crossbow. I did. That's one that will follow me forever. I like that one too. I'm proud of that. The thing is, like, everyone told me that fighting Ornstein and Smo with just the crossbow was super bogus, and to me, it seemed like a good idea. Like, I didn't do it to try and be cute. I did it because it seemed like the best way to fight them. I mean, it was slow. It was slow, but it was safe. You know, it only took 50 minutes. On the successful attempt, not counting the hours of attempts that led up to being able to beat them. I was accused once during my Dark Souls playthrough of being a pro LARPing as a noob. If only they knew. Dark Souls is so hard for me to not even hint at a single thing. Holding my tongue, though, became part of the fun. Frownie even found something out about it that I never knew. That's the thing about the curse, right? That the sewer frogs works instead of the transient curse. Getting cursed by the basilisk to kill the ghosts with some ingenuity. That was my one big brain moment in the playthrough. Ornstein and probably the three highlights, the three real highlights of my Dark Souls playthrough will be crossbow only Ornstein and Smo, the Basilisk Curse, and the time when I thought skeletons were invincible, so I kicked every skeleton in the catacombs off the cliff. I talked to my buddy who's been playing since release, too. He also had never heard of it. I mean, it was a solution born of desperation. I couldn't find any more transient curses anywhere in the game. It was the guy who sold them to me ran out, and I couldn't find anywhere else to get them. Mr. Versetti had said as a kid, I always read the box of the new game in the manual ad nauseum. I used to do that too. My really blind policy is a quirk that I've developed comparatively recently. It's it's something that was, like, developing within me for a few years before the stream started, but the stream really, like, calcified my approach to games. You hear that, viewers? It's everyone else's fault that I've become this monster. I remember you saying I couldn't sleep and had an idea. I did. I had a couple ideas. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was so stressed over Dark Souls. I thought my first idea, like I thought maybe the guy stopped selling transient curses because maybe I had like too many of them in like my storage inventory or something like that. You can store stuff in the bonfire, right? So I was like, well, maybe only so many can exist in the game world at a time, and maybe I put some away or something. I don't know. It was a bad idea anyway. It turned out to not work. But my second idea was I remembered that the basilisk caused curse. The sewer frogs, as I think of them. Society is to blame, Conga says. Hey, Master Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you, my friend. Austin Powers, welcome to my unending labyrinth of suffering. Well, we're getting close to ending it for the night. I said we'd play it for about 2 hours, and we've almost hit that mark. We're at the 2-hour mark on the stream. I mean, I didn't start at the very first second. We had a couple minutes of chatter before I started playing, but I think we're about done with it for tonight. I'm not really warming up or getting better. If I could make it to the second checkpoint, like even if just like 1 out of 10 attempts made it to the second checkpoint, I would use that as an excuse to dig my heels in and keep playing, but it's just not happening. Hey, Greg, welcome in. Hope you are well tonight. Happy Tuesday to you too. Thank you, thank you. Are you playing now? This looks interesting. This is Austin Powers. Welcome to my underground lair on the Game Boy Color. This game is horrible. In January, it's tradition on the stream for me to play really terrible games. January is Jankuary. But this is another level. Like this is a horrific nightmare of a game. The game is terrible, or I am terrible at it. I can't. My big problem is I can't figure out how to do loops. Thank you for the wheels, Zergling. We'll do that in just a moment. If I could figure out how to consistently navigate this loop, we'd be fine. Because the levels that don't have loops, I can make it through. I can make it through in about an hour and a half. But the levels that have loops just take hours and hours for me to get lucky enough to make it through. Coming into the stream for the first time while I'm playing this game is both the best and worst, like, example of what happens on this stream. All right, let's take a moment here. We'll spin the wheel. And sample whatever it chooses for me. Pistachios! I'm having a lot of pistachios tonight. Oh no, I don't have a sample of them ready. I'll have to get a... I'll have to get a spoonful of them. Yes, something actually hot, finally. So these are scorpion pepper pistachios. They're pretty hot. I usually have them pre-portioned. Into these little jars, but I've been negligent and failed to get my portions ready, so I need to quickly do that. I do a tablespoon of them. Sorry, I keep bumping my microphone. It's hard to work on my desk with the microphone arm in front of me. Hey, Hooked on Pot, welcome in. Just got a new PB in Minecraft Co-op. 3117. GG, Hooked on Pot. You're really close to sub half an hour. Beat the old one by 11 minutes. That's what I was gonna ask, because I didn't remember what the old one was. So that's huge. That's like a 25. That's like 20%, 25% off your previous time. Well done. Got the old one last week. All right, so I don't even know if I don't think I even heard about the old one. I feel like I remember you being under an hour, but I couldn't have told you where. But sub 30 soon. All right, so let's have our pistachios. right away. Oh, this is rough. I haven't had these in a very long time. My game died again. Thank you for the pistachios Tuesday. I need to sit through this burn before I can enjoy anything. Oh my goodness. I think I'm past the worst of it. It's stinging the roof of my mouth, which is so weird because I don't know why that would be. Oh. Yeah, I removed the hydrate command. I removed the hydrate command because I was feeling, because I was sick, I had the flu for a while. I didn't want the hydrate command active because I didn't want to not finish a bottle of water and then put it back in the fridge and then use it a couple days later again on the stream and like reinfect myself with my own germs. That's sort of the thought process. That I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have hydrate off for a while. And I didn't want to have to finish every bottle of water I started every night to avoid doing that. Because I didn't want to have to remember to bring a bottle of, because I didn't want to have to remember to have a stockpile of so many bottles of water down here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and scoop another scoop of pistachios into this jar. And then we'll be good for a while. So cold down here in my basement. My basement basically is a refrigerator. It's about as cold down here as it is inside of my fridge. $31.17 is huge for us, Hooked on Pot says. We moved into second place for console, 7th overall for multiplayer. That is impressive. Second place is not too shabby. I mean, even 7th, because that's a very that's a very competitive game. Well done. Well done. The pistachios are so spicy they break the game. Yeah, there was no hope of me remembering to hit those buttons once that heat kicked in. Hooked on Potted said, my buddy and I have been getting better. We consistently do under an hour every weekend now. It shows. It shows. Which Mortal Kombat fighter makes the best speedrunner? Sub-Zero. That's good, Zergling. I think a time under 0 though, submitted to a leaderboard would raise some eyebrows. Definitely. All right, so Tuesday. So our pistachios, I've got a bunch of options in this box here. So if you would, you can tell me which color box you would prefer me to try out. There's yellow, orange, and blue. We've already tried both of the blue boxes, so if you pick blue, that'll be a repeat, but you're free to do it. So if you would, yellow, orange, or blue, please. All of them. I'll pick orange. No, I'm just going to do one. Alright, so I'll pick one of the orange boxes. I want to move these around so that I can... Alright, we've done all of the bottom. We'll have done all the bottom row now. So these are... Oh no, these are the same thing we just had. These are also Turkish pistachios. They're not different? Oh, maybe we won't try those. Although they say a different word next to them. Alright, we won't have those. We'll have the other orange box. The other orange box is chili lemon pistachios. So let's try those. Chili lemon pistachios. Hey, Hooked on Pot. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the 250 bits. Very appreciated. Chili lemon. I would expect chili lime. Chili lemon is a surprise. The thing is, these are pistachios in their shells, so a lot of the seasoning on these kind of things like goes to waste, right? Because I'm not going to eat the pistachio shell. Once again, we'll have about 5 of them, I think. Not really getting any lemon flavor. I don't know. I don't know about these. The seasoning doesn't really come through. They kind of taste mostly like regular pistachios. I don't get any lemon. I get a little bit of the chili powder, but it's not a spicy chili. It just has kind of an earthy quality to it. So I don't really have much to say about those. I mean, they're fine. They're good. All pistachios are good, typically. But the seasoning does not come through on those. Maybe if I ate the shell. I hope I'm not about to have the hiccups. It's nice to meet you, Frownie. I gotta head out. It's after 1 a.m. for me. I'll see you later. Thanks for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Versetti. Thank you for the raid. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see one another again real soon. Alright, just a couple more attempts at this motorbike game, and then it's time for Splatterhouse. Maybe the pistachios, spicy and otherwise. You know what? I wonder if those chili lemon pistachios would seem more flavorful if I didn't have them immediately after the scorpion pepper pistachios. That might be part of why I can't discern the seasoning on them. I probably shouldn't be too quick to condemn them. Burning your taste buds off first might have been a mistake. Well, it didn't make me any better at loops. No! I wasn't even touching anything. There's no reason that I should have died. I mean, I was on my way to die. I was falling toward death, but I had not fallen yet. It is inappropriate for the game to kill me like that. Completely inappropriate. No! Sometimes your tires peel away easy, sometimes they don't. There's just no telling how this game is going to behave. except that, you know, you can count on it not to. Come away too early, come away too late. There's no, I can't hit that sweet spot in the middle. I was trimming strawberry shortcake VODs in the highlight reels for the archive, and they're very difficult to cut down because the structure of the strawberry shortcake games is so non-traditional. Like there aren't bosses and like clear challenges in those games. So it was a little bit tricky to decide what to keep. I mean, it's gonna be equally rough if I trim highlights for these Austin Powers games too. I mean, we do have like winning points, you know, like our best rock paper scissors round and our Othello victory to cut out. But like, I don't know. I guess the first Austin Powers is gonna be easy to trim. But like, what counts as like a victory point in this game? Turning it off. I guess I'll just, if we ever beat it, I guess I'll just preserve the last level. Games without bosses are weird. Victory? There is no victory in this game, Greg says. I wish you were wrong, but sadly. You make something of an indisputable point. I haven't even matched my PB with this stage yet tonight, not even once. If you've only watched tonight, I've made it further than you've seen. I disagree. So the thing is, like, my strategy to get down here has been to turn around in midair, and it has worked before, and it's not worked a single time yet tonight. When we played this last night, all I had to do was switch directions in midair, and it was fine. Why is that a death? Why is that a death? It makes no sense. That I was robbed. The only thing that touched the wall was my wheel. And the game's just like, you're dead. You're too close to making progress, Frownie, so you died. Cool Austin Powers Frownie pick. Thank you, Hooked on Pot. Jelly made that for me. She is, as she frequently does, provide the art for the stream. The Frownie icon, usually he's always holding something relevant to the character, and Jelly had a tough time. Jelly had a tough time deciding what the Austin Powers Frownie should be holding. She had one idea that will probably come to you immediately if you know the first movie, but this is a pretty family-friendly stream, and that particular object we decided against. That was my first thought, Conga says. I believe it was Swedish. I believe you are correct. That was the first suggestion we had. A cup of tea, Hooked on Pot says that might have worked. That is a sufficiently English item. Oh, I missed an entire word in that. I didn't just skip that because I didn't want to say it. I actually skipped over that word. That's from the second movie, right? This game seems like a lot of fun, Tusk says. think I'm at close to 5 hours of playing just this level. I'm not getting... I'm not focusing enough. Focus, Frownie. Think about what you're doing. It would be cooler if it had sharks with laser beams. Or sea bass. Ill-tempered sea bass. Alright. Next attempt that fails to make it to the first checkpoint is our last. So this is probably our last attempt. I'm gonna call it a night on this game and move on to Splatterhouse. Cause I'm not accomplishing anything good here. Last life, last try. Failure. Alright, my friends, that's enough of this game for tonight. 2.5 hours. Nothing even remotely resembling progress was made. No levels beat. No new checkpoints reached. I didn't even make it as far across the level as I have in the past. Not even once. This was abysmal. We may be approaching the end of our time with this game. I'll put it on at the beginning of the next stream. We'll do another 2 hours with it, but if our next night goes as bad as this night, I might have to just quit it, because I feel physically unable to do this. I would have more success going out into my backyard and just trying to fly by jumping in the air. I could levitate. I think I'd have a better chance levitating like Konga's uncle than I would of doing this. It's just not within my physical ability. But we'll give it another night. Hey Jarrett, welcome in. Thank you for the stretch break. This is a good time for that. We're about to switch games, so it's a really good time to just stop and stretch and put the misery of this one behind us. I hope you're having a good weekend, Jarrett. We're actually gonna play a good game. I'm concerned, Frownie, you're playing this again. I'm getting ready to give up on it. I'd rather watch you try to fly for 2.5 hours. Now'd be the time to do it. There's a nice cushion of snow outside to break my fall. Well, we're actually done with this game for tonight, so I'm gonna do something good for my health and play something fun. Other than being cold outside, doing all right. You? I'm all right. I got a concerning mix of good and bad personal news today that is gnawing a bit at my mind and heart. So I'm not without concerns, but I have no immediate threats to my well-being, so we're keeping spirits high. It's a good thing January only happens once a year. I mean, that's technically true. There is also Jankuli. And there is also, like, all the times that I play a trash game with no excuse. So, while technically January only happens once a year, I'm never really safe. Jinktober. I like the sound of Jinktober. As long as the year is only 1 month long. It's still warm here, Tusk says, during the day. Low to mid 60s. Yeah, we've been having a lot of single-digit weather around here. It's been slightly negative at night, but it's mostly just been in the low single digits. Alright, my friends, so I gotta switch things over to the, we're gonna switch over to the Genesis and try out Splatterhouse 2. It's not first time. Splatterhouse 2 is a game, we've already done it a few times on the stream, but I'm gonna try to beat it tonight. If I can, I'm gonna try and do one playthrough on every difficulty. So we're gonna play through on normal and hard and extra hard if I'm able to. Yeah, I might not be up to the challenge, but I'm certainly gonna try my best. I've actually beaten it. I've actually beaten it on normal and hard before. The extra hard mode will be the only thing that's actually new. Sorry, I'm looking for hardware and chatting at the same time, and my brain. Can't hold everything in my mind all at once. I don't think this knife is sharp enough to cut through this plastic. Might have to go find a scissors. So I'm gonna take a BRB, my friends. Might be a slightly longer BRB than we're used to. Hopefully no more than 10 minutes at the most. I'm gonna stretch my legs for a moment and get our hardware shifted over, and we will see. We'll see how Splatterhouse goes. So thank you for enduring this game with me once again. We'll do this at least one more time, maybe only one more time, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it through this one, but we're not quite ready to give up yet. But Splatterhouse for the rest of the night in just a moment. If you want to join us for that, just stand by. I'll be right back with you.